Hello, this is Tony Heller from RealClimateScience.com, the climate guy setting the record straight about climate. This video is about the Petermann Ice Shelf in Greenland. The Petermann Ice Shelf is located on the north coast of Greenland. Last December, the Washington Post ran an article about it. The Washington Post article featured a scientist who claimed he was a former skeptic until he saw the Petermann Ice Shelf falling apart. Let's read what the article said. Half a decade before he took his trip to the farthest reaches of the North, Andreas Munchau had his doubts about whether warming temperatures were causing one of the great platforms of ice to melt and fall apart. He even stood before Congress in 2010 and balked on whether climate change might have caused a mammoth chunk of ice to break off from this floating 300 square mile ice shelf. The University of Delaware oceanographer said he wasn't sure, he needed more evidence. But then the Petermann Ice Shelf lost another 2 Manhattans of ice in 2012, and Munchau decided to see for himself, launching a project to study the ice shelf intensively. He was back again in late August of 2016, no longer a skeptic. It was hard not to be a believer. So Munchau started his project in 2013. Let's look at satellite imagery and see what he saw between 2013 and the present. The satellite image is turned sideways so that you can see it better. North is to the left. The date was June 18th, 2013. This black line shows the position of the edge of the Petermann Ice Shelf on June 18th, 2013. Notice where it is. Now let's look at the position of the ice edge 2 years later in June of 2015. Look how the ice edge advanced about 1 mile between 2013 and 2015. The glacier wasn't shrinking, it was growing. So the Petermann Glacier advanced between 2013 and 2015. What's it done since then? Let's fast forward to the present. Wow, once again, the ice edge grew since 2015. So it grew from 2013 to 2015, and it grew from 2015 to the present. So the entire time Munchau was studying the Petermann Glacier, it was actually growing. Yet he told the Washington Post that he lost his skepticism over the glacier falling apart. This was fake news. But this story of fake news gets worse. Not only did the Petermann Glacier grow the entire time Munchau was studying it, but this past winter the Greenland ice sheet gained a record amount of ice, according to the Danish Meteorological Institute. This blue line shows ice gain since September 1st, and you can see that they gained a record amount, 700 billion tons of new ice. Sadly, this is not an isolated incident. In fact, it seems to be standard operating procedure for climate scientists to report the exact opposite of what their data shows. This is how they obtain media attention and funding. Nobody is willing to pay them to say that nothing is wrong. Visit Toto on the web at realclimatescience.com. He's been pulling back the curtain on junk science for a long time.